Well, we are officially about 2 weeks into playing the new Nintendo Switch 2. Pokelive here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to go through officially my review having played it for about 2 weeks. I know it's still not a ton of time, but it is enough time to make a kind of final decision on just the pros and the cons, what to look forward to. Maybe you were still thinking about getting it, maybe you got it, and wow, that glitch was crazy. And yes, I am playing on the Switch 2. We'll see some side-by-sides between the two games from the OLED, from the Switch 2. Now, I want to just start off by saying, if you have an OLED and you are unsure whether to upgrade, my initial take on that is there was nothing wrong with the OLED. I would say if you're coming from a Switch Lite or maybe just the one, this would be a huge upgrade for you with graphics. The graphics are incredible. You can even see, like, as I'm in the Resident Center, it looks so good. Tom and Isabelle were so clear. The shopping portal here is so fast. This is real time. I didn't edit anything out because I want you guys to see everything is a lot faster. And we knew that we would get something because they did put a recent patch in the game, which is the first one in years, which was exciting because we know that the game has bugs and glitches, which we've still seen one so far. But unless you're starting a brand new island, I truly just cannot justify the steep cost of this console just to play Animal Crossing on. If we got a new game with it, then I would totally say absolutely, but it's not traditionally how Nintendo usually works. I still think 2026 they're going to drop us a crazy Animal Crossing game. I stand by that prediction and I really hope so. I wish it was sooner, but it's just not the case. So if you did not get one for pre-ordered or find one the day of, I heard a lot of people got lucky in stores finding it. If you're really trying to make a decision, I would hold off until there's more Switch 2 exclusive games, especially if you do play a lot of other games, not just Animal Crossing. But for only this game, I would say keep it on your current, unless again you did have a Lite and even a 1, you would still be in a huge upgrade as the graphics are so nice. That is hands down the number one thing I would say I'm enjoying the most, is just the console itself feels really nice. The screen is pretty big. And before we go any further, make sure to drop a like on the video as it helps your small channel creator like myself. But when we play New Horizons, I feel like this is one of those games where we play for a long time, and for a handheld it is pretty heavy and it is pretty big. So I would recommend kind of switching it up and playing a little bit docked and playing a little bit in handheld, as it does get really heavy. I have played a bunch of games so far on it. I've been truly enjoying it. I love the way everything looks. I've checked out all of these shops. I've checked out the Resident Center. We'll do some traveling in a little while. Now, I see a lot of other, content creators really talking about the speed, and everything has really improved as far as just loading times in general. I really haven't seen a crazy difference, maybe a little bit, but when you compare it to other games like the brand new Mario Kart Worlds, even some of the older games that got some patches, kind of like New Horizons did, like Pokemon games, everything is really crisp and really, really fast. So again, if you're very diverse in, gaming and you play a bunch of different games, I could really tell someone this is worth it. But for the sake of Animal Crossing, there just isn't enough here for me to tell someone, please go spend all this money on a brand new system, when really there's nothing going on unless you are just starting fresh, you want a second island, things like that. I mean, I literally put everything to the test. I talked to characters, I gave them gifts, I traveled, I went to a Cap'n Island. I really did it all. At the end of the day, I mean, I could be really nitpicky. I'm trying to be just to help some people maybe make a decision, but I try and just be as honest as I could. And I've talked about it a lot in my streams. Check those out, guys. If you do play some of the games that I play, they are so fun over there. But to me, it's just, you know, we're in 2025. Everything is so expensive. And, you know, a lot of us are on a budget, and just buying this console along with like one game and accessories, you are looking at so much. So we have to talk about the biggest con. Now, I have put up a video on this already, but it is the battery life. If you are a person that loves to play it handheld as opposed to dock, you are going to have to keep a charger nearby. I've been finding myself playing for like an hour and a half, then charging, and kind of repeating that. I know I've been gaming a little bit too much lately, but it is a new console. We had to put it to the test, and I know a lot of you guys probably were thinking traveling would be my number one thing that I still have an issue with, because it isn't that much faster, and I loved Resident Hunt. If you've been following me for a while, you know I have all of my dream residents, or I've had them, but it is the battery life, guys. And I did put a video, which I will link at the end. Nintendo actually came out with a troubleshooting guide that can help your console read the battery percentage better, because there was a little bit of an error there. Now, I did try that sequence twice. Again, I will link it at the end, and I'm really happy that they came out with something for us to try and just improve it. I have noticed maybe it hangs on a little bit longer, but nothing to where it would take away this con. The battery life is a massive problem. We knew it would happen with the graphics being better, the device just being more powerful, but it is really disappointing. I feel like it should have just gotten better, especially from the OLED, which sets the bar so high, and I wasn't really that happy. Harvest Island to me looked really hazy, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to be because there's that little bonfire in the middle, but that was probably the only part that didn't look that much better. But drop a comment, guys. Let me know how you're feeling, if you got the Switch 2, if you didn't, if this helped make a decision. I want to hear all the pros and cons and how you guys are feeling about it. Join the conversation. This is huge for us gamers. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.